Noel Smith, and I'm here to show you sketching techniques which are easy to follow, and I show you step by step. I'll have you creating a masterpiece in your very first lesson with me. All you'll need to sketch along with me is a piece of paper and a carbon pencil. I'll take you through lots of different sketching techniques and simplify all this type of work for you, from birds to dolphins to an endless list of lessons for you to enjoy. So, let's start sketching together.
Now in Birds in Flight, Lesson 1, you'll sketch along with me, learning how to use the letter V as a guide to create a bird in flight that's flying way in the distance. Now, you can see this could be his wing, that's up, and this is his wing, his body would be here. But we can enhance this a lot by creating an arc. So basically that's what I'm doing here. I'm just making an arc and just coming up with another arc. As easy as that. You see it's got a lovely flight pattern like that, the wings nice and long, and here we have the letter V. Still maintain the letter V, but all we've done is arc these out like that. Okay, so simple as that. And most art is very simple to do. A lot of sketching. It's just a matter of technique and learning how to do it, and that's what I'm here for. So you can have a little bit of fun with it and learn things I've taught myself over many, many years, which creates easy sketching techniques. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this bird this way. He's a bit smaller and he's got a different flight pattern to these birds. So each one are on a little bit different flight pattern, and you can see that quite easily there. Now I want you to stay with creating birds like this. Just fill a page full of them and then do another one until it becomes second nature to you. Just practice and keep doing what I'm doing here. Just have fun with it. You'll be encouraged by what other people will say when you show them just a couple of birds in flight flying together like this. So what I'm going to do, I'll just go across the page here and put a few more in there, another one in there. Okay, so I'm going to work down the page like this, and I'm going to come down at a bit of an angle, not straight down the page. So I'll start here and I'll bring the flight patterns coming down, and I'll be getting smaller and smaller as we come down to here. So starting about here, I will just start to get a little bit smaller with these birds. I'll still maintain a flight pattern like this, turn them on different ways so it keeps a nice harmonious flight of them all together, and I'm getting smaller and smaller like this as I'm coming down. And this is really good practice to do this, because if you're sketching them correctly like this, having a bit of fun with it, you can make them that small that they're just going to end up little dots like this. So that's all I'm really doing now, is putting little dots, and that shows that they are birds too, because you've created the detail up here. Okay, so all the detail and the flight pattern is in your birds up here, and we've come down smaller and smaller and smaller right down to little dots, which still look like birds. Your mind's eye will tell you that they are still birds. What we're going to do now is come back up. We've got plenty of room here, so I'm going to put a few more in. I want you to practice these shapes a lot, because in the next few lessons of birds in flight and water birds, we're going to use this exact same shape to create the bird, but closer up to us, so that we'll see his whole body, we'll see the wings and all the feathers coming at the edge of the wings, and we'll even see his eye. That's how close we'll bring it up, and that'll be in our next lesson, in lesson 2. So it's essential that you practice doing what I'm doing here, and do it on different flight patterns, because you use the different flight patterns to create the bird up closer also. So just don't do them all one way. Create different flight patterns. Move your hand, get used to doing that, and you'll create a nice pattern there for your birds. Soon we've done this, we'll create a little scene, even though I want you to fill a whole page or pages just full of these birds for this lesson. But I'll give you a little taste of what you can do and get your creative juices going. And like this, I am creating a mountain. You can see I'm moving the pencil just a little bit, and I'm going to come back up again. And this is going to be a little rocky sort of looking mountain. But that's how I like it. Put a bit of shape in it. It creates a bit of interest when you do that. Now, so there's our mountain. We can put the base of the mountain in too. So it can be either there or here. It doesn't matter. If you come to here, well, you'd have a lot of land mass there and things like that. So we'll come to about here. And you don't need a ruler to do this. You're better off having that bit of movement like that. All I'm doing is dragging the pencil across. And that's all I'm using. That's just a carbon pencil and a sheet of A4 white printing paper. And we're creating this lovely scene just with those two items. Now, here, there's a good place. We could put either the sun or the moon coming up over the mountain. Just like that. It's just another arc over there, or a part circle. And seeing it's a pencil sketch, we could just do this to create a little few rays coming off. We could put a couple of very small birds in back there too. See? So a couple of birds in flight there. And now, this is pretty plain here, but you watch how you can create two mountains out of the one. It's simple. You just put your pencil there, bring your pencil down, just give her a bit of a shape like I'm doing here, and you can see that mountain behind now, just through this one line coming down. See, so it really is as easy as that. It's only a pencil line. You know, you're only limited by your imagination, so we just create little things as we go. Now, here's room to put a couple of birds flying in the distance over there. They're smaller, so they're coming from way over there, not as close as these fellas. Now, so we've got our mountains created. Everything's looking nice in our picture. I've got room here to put in some bigger birds. And in lesson 2, this is exactly how we're going to start to create our bird in flight, up close. We'll have the wings on it. You'll even see the eye, and we'll have the body. So you'll learn a lot from doing what you're doing here for our next lesson. And each lesson will expand on it. So your sketching techniques, you'll pick them up quite easily. Now his mate I'm going to put here, so he's flying on a different flight pattern. But look at that, just that mountain, so huge. These birds are huge, but they're closer to us. The mountain's way behind. This one's further back. These a lot further. So look at the perspective we've created in this picture already. The distance we've created. In our future videos, we could put a boat in here, a little house over here, trees here, unlimited what we can do. So until lesson 2, well, I look forward to sketching with you again. It's bye for now.
Okay, so press the subscribe button, the like button, and I'll keep you updated with all the wonderful tips and tricks that we got planned for you in the following lessons.